Yeah, you love to see this.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Our San Antonio Spurs rookies are spending time together, a lot of time together, and you absolutely love to see it. This is very important, okay? Quality time is very important. Now, this is nothing special necessarily. Like last season, it was the same thing with Josh Primo and Joe Weezy, right? They were hanging out together. Obviously, the San Antonio Spurs, official San Antonio Spurs, want things to look a certain way for them to connect. But honestly, I kind of saw the chemistry early on, and I think that it goes just a little bit deeper than that because we've talked about this before between these three. It was strange enough that they all kind of knew each other. In which Malaki Branham, he had a workout for the San Antonio Spurs with Blake Wesley. And then Blake Wesley and Sochan, they actually were supposed to play on the same AAU team together. So they did, know each other. And it was the same thing with Sochan and Malaki, in which they met pre-draft and they became pretty good friends. So it was just a perfect storm for the San Antonio Spurs just to go in and get the right guys. Obviously, they didn't have that in mind at all. They were just like, look, this player's talent. You guys gonna have to get along anyway. This guy's talented. This guy is the best on the board, and we're just moving on. But all I'm trying to say is I think that this is huge. Okay, these three guys, the fact that they're spending time together is great. I'll be honest, I know that these probably already came with all of these like paint marks or whatever, but like, look what you made, my boy. Like, it ain't that serious. Why is he so serious about it? This is terrible. This is god awful. I would not put my signature on. This is god awful. Oh my, he put his signature. Did Malaki do it too? Okay, thank God. Or is this his signature? That better not be his signature. Oh my God, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. Oh my God. Okay, but yeah, I love the fact that they're bonding, and I think that this is going to be huge this upcoming season. And look at this. I just found this funny. I just want to show you guys this. I ended up saving it before they took it off because you never know. Like, you never know if you're going to see it again. So let's go ahead and watch this. I think this was on their way to go paint, I'm assuming. But yeah, cute nonetheless. Let me say this. I'm going to say this really quickly. So I know that it seems like kind of a stretch to say, hey, they're hanging out together. This is a big deal. But when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs, that is essential. Like it's a prerequisite almost to be a San Antonio Spur. And I'll be honest with you guys, over the last few seasons, I haven't gotten the same vibe that I normally get. I didn't get the vibe that all of the players just loved each other. Now, I do believe that Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and Jakob are true friends. Like I do get that vibe that they're true friends. But honestly, I didn't get the vibe as far as like the rodeo road trip and getting to see those videos come out where they're having a great time together. It just didn't really feel like it. They didn't spend a ton of time. At least, the kids put stuff on social media all the time. You don't really get to see them hang out a ton, or you didn't see it. I think that's about to change. I think the camaraderie and the friendships that you want to see your team build upon is about to be here. And another thing too that I want to just go ahead and add, while a lot of NBA players, or most NBA players, are pretty confident in their abilities, I feel like this group is a little more confident than maybe groups that we had previously. Lonnie Walker, we already know he kind of had somewhat of a confidence issue as far as his aggression. He would kind of take a back seat at times, very inconsistent, and it was all mental. Same thing with Derek White. While you guys know Derek White is one of my favorite players, he has that issue, or he's had that issue of just confidence, just not believing in himself. But these guys that we got now, I don't see that at all. I mean, I would even go as far as Keldon, ever since Keldon, maybe like Keldon, Devin Vassell, but Nunu, Josh Primo, he believes in his abilities insanely. Like he knows he can get a bucket whenever. Blake Wesley, same thing. The summer league, he jacked up like 500 shots. He's like, no, one of these are going to go in. He's confident. Malaki Branham, we already know he had to lead a team. He did it successfully, and he can get to his shots very quickly. He's poised. He has a great release. Everything about him is pretty doggone good and special. He believes in himself. And same thing with Jeremy Sochan. I mean, he is not afraid to be himself whatsoever. And I think that he believes in his abilities as well. So we have a group, and while a lot of people might say this is not a big deal, I think it is a big deal to have these guys that really believe in themselves, because we have not, to be honest, seen that a ton. We just haven't. Either the guys didn't necessarily believe in themselves completely, or they just didn't necessarily have the talent level. And that's no fault of the San Antonio Spurs. It's just, hey, the reality of landing in the mid to late rounds all the time. We just got lucky in this draft because it was so deep. But usually that's what the position we're in. We just have to get what we can get. But that is not the case over the last few years. And I'm super excited to see these guys go on the court together and just vibe off each other, man. I'm truly excited about it. But yeah, anyways, that's all I had to say. If you guys want to support, like I said, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. I really do appreciate all the love. I truly do. I appreciate you. Or you can become a patron or YouTube member. Link in the description for that. Only $2 per month. I'll give it to you guys later, man. Until next time, deuces.